That's a buck. That's a buck. You can see those deer 150 yards away. You can see them pawing at the ground, trying to get to the food they like. That was beautiful seeing that big buck. You don't usually see something that big around here. Anyway, I'm headed up there on that mountain, probably about 1,000 feet up. Got these goggles on just to keep the moisture off my glasses. Hoping to get my trail cam, see what's on it. I've got my laptop. I'm going to download it if I find some good stuff. Snow's not too deep, 6 or 8 inches in spots. There are days when the snow is just right that it starts to create snowballs running down the mountain. You won't see prints right here, but that's a great deer trail. That's a commonly used deer trail. There's a lot of tracks that are paralleling that, where the deer are just anywhere along this hillside is good. You see that deer right there. I'm working my way up. I've come up several hundred feet, but I've got maybe another 800 feet to get up to where I want to be. I'm doing good. I've got to get another 500, 600 feet up, maybe 700 feet as I look up there on the mountain in the mist on this snowy day. I've got tracking devices right here on my phone that others have access to that will pinpoint exactly where I'm at if I have any trouble. I find that walking in snow, especially in difficult areas, steep hills and so on, sometimes it's easier because going up, you get really good footholds. I'm going down deeper now. That was about 12, 14 inches. I'm crossing a deer path there. But much easier going up and coming down because I've got better traction. There's some evidence. You can see those deer 150 yards away. You can see them pawing at the ground, trying to get to the food they like. See that one there has been digging a hole, something he can get his feet, get his mouth into, and get some food. That's where I'm headed up there, and you can see in the mist those rocks just there. But if you look right down here, I think this is an elk bedding down here. You can see bigger hoof prints around, and I think probably last night a good old elk was sitting right there, and now the snow's starting to fill it in, but you can see hoof prints that are much larger than deer prints all around. Look at the size of this print. There's my fingers. I'll put it down next to it. There you go. Pretty big. And they're all over through here. There's where I put my trail cam. Here, unfortunately, looks like the main highway for the elk. They came across from that ridge over there, right down through here, and down the mountain across that fence over there, but not past my trail cam. So we're gonna have to see what we caught. So you can see it's still snowing behind me. I've got my laptop up here and I've downloaded what's on my trail cam just so I could see, so I didn't have to take the trail cam home to download it and then bring it all the way back here up on the mountain. I'm quite a ways up. I knew there were elk up here. get this laptop out of the snow and get this trail cam set up again. So I'm headed down the mountain after successfully retrieving some camera footage from my trail cam that I'm going to go back and check out. One thing I learned is that those heat sensor pads on your laptop that sense the heat in your fingers, so you can move your mouse around, select files and so on. Guess what? When your fingers get cold, they don't work. The sensors don't work. They can't feel the heat. There isn't any in your fingers. So I had to stick my hands in my pockets just to get them warm enough to get the thing working. There's a deer running away from me right now. Just one. Anyway, elk right where I thought they would be. I'd seen tracks. I didn't think there was very many over on the side of the mountain, and here they were. Oh, that's a buck. That's a buck. The sun's trying to break through. That was beautiful seeing that big buck. Don't usually see something that big around here. There he was. You see a lot of information on the internet about how to survive in the outdoors, and I've been thinking about this area that I like to hike in up on this mountain. There's not a lot of foliage here other than scrub oak. And so I'm saying, okay, you get injured, you have a problem, you're stuck for some reason, and you've got to keep yourself warm overnight. Well, these patches of scrub oak have a lot of leaves in below them where the leaves have fallen down. The deer love to get inside these patches and bed down in there, and they feed in there. So if you could find an outcropping of rocks somewhere, there's a little alcove, or if you could build up just some walls of snow and get those walls close together, put some branches across the tops of those walls. It doesn't have to be very tall. And then put some branches down in the bottom. You'd probably put that in first, put some branches down along the bottom of the floor, if you will, and then put a lot of leaves on top of that, just to keep your insulation from the ground. Then on top of your walls, put some more branches, some more leaves, put some snow on top of that. You can close up the ends of your snow, or your little snow cave, if you will, that you've hand built, something that's pretty close together so that your body heat is close to these walls where it would insulate you. If you don't have a fire, that'd be the best place to be, I think, is somewhere where you're insulated inside a small space. If you do have a fire, of course, make it a little more open. Give yourself some place where you can reflect heat into an alcove would be great, and you'd stay warm through the night. Of course, with snow, you're going to have water. You just have to wait to start that fire.